Today, we're going to jump into a timeless story that holds a really powerful lesson, one that might just change the way you look at every single challenge in your own life. It's called The Obstacle is the Way.
So let me start by asking you a question. When you think about a powerful kingdom or, even a successful company or just a person, what do you think truly makes them strong?
Is it the obvious stuff, like their armies and all their gold, the external signs of power? Or is it something deeper, something like the willpower and the character of its people? Well, our story today is about a very wise king who believed that true strength, it came from within.
Okay, so let's get into it. Our story kicks off with the king's pretty unconventional test. You see, he wanted to teach his people a lesson they would never, ever forget.
See, this king, he got it. He understood that a kingdom's real resilience wasn't just about how much money it had in the bank, it was about the mindset of its citizens. Could they actually face a problem head-on and figure it out? He decided he was going to find out.
So here's the plan. It's actually pretty simple. First, he has this massive boulder placed right in the middle of the kingdom's main road, completely blocking it. Then, he climbs up a high tower nearby where no one can see him, and he just watches. The test had officially begun.
Now the king, he didn't have to wait very long to start seeing some results. As his people started coming across this giant obstacle, their reactions were, well, let's just say they were pretty revealing.
So, first up, the kingdom's wealthiest merchants and its most powerful courtiers, rolling up in their fancy carriages. How do you think they handled the problem?
They didn't even think about moving it. Nope, instead, they just got angry. They complained super loudly, blaming the king for not keeping the roads clear. They grumbled, they cursed, and then they just turned their carriages around and went home, leaving the problem for somebody else to deal with.
Okay, so next up were some simple farmers. They saw the giant boulder and just sighed. They didn't see it as a problem they could solve, but more like some kind of test of patience from the heavens, a matter of fate. So they just walked around it and kept going.
Then, a brave knight on horseback comes along. Now, he immediately sees how dangerous this boulder could be for people, especially at night. But did he try to move it? No way. He believed his job was to report the problem, not to actually solve it himself. So, he galloped off to the castle to tell the guards, leaving the obstacle exactly where it was. So, we've seen three totally different reactions here. But they all have one thing in common, don't they? Blame, avoidance, and deferral. When it came right down to it, nobody, not one person, took any personal responsibility.
But as the day started to wind down, the story takes a turn. One person finally showed up who saw the whole situation completely differently. And this is where we get to see the real power of initiative. Picture this. The sun is starting to set, and a single farmer, looking absolutely exhausted from a long day's work and carrying this heavy load, he walks up the road. He's not rich, he's not powerful, and he's clearly wiped out. And this is what set him apart. His very first thought wasn't about himself or who to blame. He just looked at that boulder and thought, if I don't move this, someone else might get really hurt in the dark. His motivation? It was pure empathy.
So what's he do? He sets down his heavy load. He digs his feet into the dirt to get a really good grip, and then, with this huge groan, he starts pushing that boulder with every single ounce of strength he has. He's straining, he's struggling, sweat is pouring down his face, but he does not give up until, inch by painful inch, he rolls that massive rock completely off to the side of the road, clearing the path.
In this part right here, it just perfectly illustrates the whole point of our story. Because by clearing that obstacle, the farmer was about to uncover the opportunity that was hidden inside it the whole time.
So the exhausted farmer goes to pick up his stuff, and he notices something. Something in the dirt, right where that boulder had been sitting. So what was it? What was hidden underneath the obstacle?
It was a leather bag. It was heavy, and it was clinking. He opens it up, and his eyes go wide. It was filled to the absolute brim with gold coins. I mean, a small fortune.
And just then, the king himself descends from his tower and walks over to the stunned farmer. He puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "This gold, it's for you. You are the only one who actually took responsibility and removed the obstacle."
And that's the heart of it all. The king's test revealed this profound truth. An obstacle, it's not just something in your way, it's an opportunity. It's a chance to prove what you are truly capable of, to show your character, and to create value where everyone else just saw a problem.
So, the final takeaway is this really simple but incredibly powerful equation.
For anyone who's willing to actually face it, the obstacle is the opportunity. The very thing that seems to be blocking your path is, in fact, the path itself. Which really just leaves us with one final question to think about. For you, what's the boulder that's sitting in your road right now, and what incredible opportunity might be hiding right underneath it, just waiting for you to take action?